best of 3 in the Explorer. So the season ended and it took us from our gold 2 back down to silver 3. So we are going to have to grind our way back up. As you can see, we have to play a game. We haven't messed with this at all, so we're just going to go ahead and start. And we're going to jump right back into it. It still says that we're gold here, though. We made a fun Explorer deck last week. Let's jump in here. Best of 3. Oh, nice. Welcome in, Butterfroggies. Hopefully you get to see some of the cool action today. Hey, look at this. Starting off the day. No lander. It's mulligan. We can't do anything there. This is a little bit better. We'll keep this one. We do have to send a card back. Everybody knows I don't like putting Dauntless Bodyguard on 1. So I think that's what I'm going to send back. It's either that or the Aspirant. We kind of like got some little combo going on here with the +1s. So I'm just going to do it like that. See if we can apply some pressure to them. Red black. There are white source here. We do have some decent plays moving forward. Get the Valkyrie. We're taking our Brutal Cathar. Okay. All right. Well, let's get to work. We'll make our Aspirant a 4/4. And we'll just start pushing. Unfortunately, we can't get the Valkyrie off the battlefield. So he can actually take control of one of our cards here. And he can just like take our card from us. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. And I do need to add another black source in to stop this play from happening. I realized this late. I need to make a small correction to the deck to add in the black source. I think he's going to Fatal Push us. And he's going to Thought Seize us. Okay. Get rid of Collector Company. Yep. I guess that's a good thing that he did. Because we were going to Collected Company immediately. Go ahead and make these a little bit bigger. We'll put this one on Lieutenant. And we're going to swing in for 9. Ooh, he's gonna take a block. Okay, give us back our Brutal Cathar. We're just gonna leave the land. There's no reason. Ooh, he had enough. We had him on board. I didn't really see anything in there that we were too concerned with right off the bat. Like maybe we can bring in a couple of these kite sails and we'll just trim down a little bit and we'll just play it like this. I'm not even gonna bring in all of them. We didn't really see too many spells out of him, so I don't know if that's a big concern of mine at the moment. Just run it back like this and see if we can push him over again. the Ashiok that he was playing that's going to exile cards wasn't a huge deal to us. It does hurt us on the exile portion, but that's about it. Yeah, we'll keep this here. Gonna Thalia into a Brutal Cathar. Got a way to get him back, and we got a Collected Company on the back end, and he mulliganed. And Water Grave. Second Thalia. Alright. Raven Inspector coming in just a little bit late. I think I'm just going to play this. We'll name Human. And then I'm going to play Thalia. We'll see what he does. The Thought Sees us. Hand 2 for that Thought Seize. Doesn't like the Collected Company, says get that out of here. Very understandable. We don't have a green source at the moment, so I'm going to actually use this as a green source. An actual green source. That's going to allow us to pass the Collected Company if we draw it. Remember, this only is green when we're casting humans, so... Just immediately pass turn. I'm actually going to play Adeline here, and we're just going to start trying to force the action. There's a bunch of damage in the face. Down to 7. He needs a board wipe. He played nothing and surrendered. Game 1 in the books. Climbing back up to Gold League. Was the end of the season. Climbing back. Let's get there. And here we go. Round 2. We're 1-0 right now. And we continue to hold. This is a fine hand. We're 1 land short from playing everything in our entire hand. I'm okay with that. Everyone knows that I hate playing Dauntless Bodyguard for nothing, so... There's our land. There's our Aspirate here. This is likely to get stomped. We'll see. Oh no. Paradise Druid. That's not exactly what I was expecting. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to play Adeline. We're going to give the Aspirin another +1/+1 counter. And then we're going to be able to swing in for 4. Didn't do anything, okay. Our promise. They control the deserts. All right. It's okay. We can actually play King Darian. And then play the Bodyguard on Adeline. We currently do not have black. We do have a green, so we're going to go ahead and play this on black. This out. Pump the team. I think I would like to keep King Darian around. So I'm going to put this on King Darian. We'll put this on him too. Just to make sure that they can't just play like a little removal spell and clear him out. I'm gonna double block. They are, okay. We can make that trade. That's alright. Puts them down to 5. And they pull out of it. They ramped really good, but they played a little slow here, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of this. They need a lot of blockers. Another Hour of Promise would keep them in the game another turn. Nickel bullets. That's a good one. I don't think that does anything here though. You can destroy our group. Yeah, okay. I was saying, I didn't think that did enough. We saw some ramping. I didn't really see anything here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Thalias, and then I'm going to bring in a couple freebooters. We didn't really see enough to determine, like, you know, we need to do something specific. Let's just drop one of each. Okay, so he's got a big threat. We're going to keep the Brutals in. You know what? I think I'm just gonna. I'm actually not gonna bring in Thalia on this one. I'm gonna just look at their hand. We didn't really see enough to know if this is gonna do us very much. So we're just gonna bring in the kite sails. We can get into their hands still and take the ramp spells if that's their plan. So they both kind of work the same. Solid starting hand. We're gonna go ahead and keep this one. All right, I normally don't play bodyguard, and I kind of am feeling like I continue to not want to play bodyguard, because I want to put that bodyguard on the general enforcer. So we're actually going to lead on Thalia's lieutenants, as odd as that may sound. Ooh, no, we're not. We're going to play kite sail right now. Let's take a look and see what they're doing here. Nothing. Got a Bolus, Kalidas, and a graveyard trespasser. Guess I'm glad I didn't really bring in the Thalias. I mean, these aren't doing us any good either, but... Alright. The interesting spot. What does this do? We got to discard a card? Okay. Each opponent discards a card. We don't have our green. Like our hard green. So I guess I'm going to play... I think I'm going to play Kudrow. We don't see a removal spell yet. No. I'm going to play... Can I play General's Enforcer and then... Yeah, I have to do it like this, though. Play General's Enforcer. Unclaimed Territory on Human. Dauntless Bodyguard on General Enforcer. And then we're going to just attack for one. So now we're in a spot where what we can do is we play General Kudrow, who's going to be indestructible as well. So they're going to need extra removal spells here. Kind of curious on what they're going to play, if they play anything. They chose to play nothing. That's very interesting to me, because now I really have no idea what they're doing. I guess they were just trying to flip their glutton. We have our green source now. We can't double play. So I think what the plan here is we're just going to play Temple Garden and put it into play tapped, play General Kudrow, and then if they do play like Nicobolus or something like that, we'll be able to discard the pathway. Trying to gum up the board a little bit here. We can't really get through the 4/4, so now the question is do they notice that General Kudrow is indestructible? I feel like they have a removal spell in hand. Then they didn't. They can't play Kalidas because they're missing black. They can't play Nicol Bolas because they're missing blue and black. The green. All right. Here's an interesting play. And I think I'm going to take this because I'm going to try to force some action here. We're going to play the Dark Boar pathway. I am going to put this on... I guess I'm just going to put it on green. Just because. We're going to play our Brutal Cathar. We're going to exile the Glutton. Oh, we can't because of the 2 spells in 1 turn thing. The 2 spells in 1 turn clause. Alright, well, we're going to play the Lieutenant. We're going to push all of our guys up above the range of dealing 3 damage. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to attack like this. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Let's go ahead and activate that and keep him alive. Ours gets to exile something. We will discard. Take that away from them so they can't exile anything. They need a black source right now to play a spell, and they tapped out. Yeah, they just didn't hit the mana sources they needed. They're trying to play it looks like 4 colors because they're playing green, blue, black, and red. So unfortunate for them. Into round 3. Right now we are 2-0. We're gonna be on the play. Slow start for us, but we'll keep this. Blue white. We're just gonna play the. We're gonna play the Lieutenant for no value. We don't really have another play. We can remove it, remove whatever they play, or we can pump our guy if they don't do anything. What are they doing here? They're playing some sort of Esper. That's actually great. Adeline is a nice human to draw. Pumps our Lieutenant twice. We get 1 for it coming into play, and then 1 more for when we attack. When the other human enters the battlefield, we get another counter. Though, because they're playing Censor, I believe they're going to be, yep, I'm going to say they're playing an actual control deck here. So I'm going to play, we're kind of going to start forcing some action here. But we're also going to make it to where we're going to draw, we're going to play the Inspector as well to kind of try to draw some cards as well. Kind of putting them on Supreme Verdict or Bust here. They do have the mana colors to play it. They could just bam, Supreme Verdict. There it is. So we're not out of the woods. They are also not out of the woods. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start the turn by getting the information. I guess I should have done that first since I had the land already. So since we have Adeline plus Dauntless Bodyguard, I'm actually going to just play this Brutal Cathar. Next turn, we're going to try to play Adeline and then give it protection. So if they tap down for something like a Teferi, to try to get the board going, because right now we can actually just clock them with this Brutal Cathar. We don't have to play another spell. So we're kind of gonna force them to do something. That's what the goal is, at least. So we're gonna see if we can, if they play a land and then play a fairy, or maybe they remove this. Okay, they didn't even remove it. All right, that's fine. This actually works out too, because since they didn't play anything, we get this, and to remove it, they have to pay 3 life. So that's actually going to kill them. They increased the clock. Okay. We're going to exile and pay 3 life.
During my travels. Let me show you.
And then they gain 2 life. Okay. And so now that we've got that out of the way, we can go Adeline and Dauntless Bodyguard on Adeline. And then now we have protection. That's exactly what we wanted to do. We played them into a spell. We have lethal on next turn. Okay, they sacked it. That's a good idea. Sack it.
May your blade strike true.
We're going to try to exile. We can't actually do anything about that, so we're just gonna have to take that one on the chin. Play their land. Look at that, we got another Adeline. I think that we're gonna force blocks either way. If we attack for 2, they're not gonna just like not do anything here. No reason. I don't see any reason to put Thalia on the board. Thalia's lieutenant. Take that train. We'll go ahead and put this on the board now. And I would like to get Thraben Inspector, but I am going to get the lieutenants. We're going to try to push him over. Next turn, well, this actually gives us another swing where we can produce lethal. So here's lethal damage. Well, no, it's 4 damage because we can't attack with the lieutenant. But what we can do is we can start making them tap down. And there's the tap. He still does have absorb mana available. We're gonna put him on it. Does he have it or not? Okay. And then we'll play another bodyguard. Make Adeline indestructible again. So again, we're forcing that issue. We've got them on lethal. They have to destroy. They have to board wipe. There's the board wipe. We sack, keeping Adeline around. Now this isn't lethal unless if we draw a creature. We draw a creature, now it's lethal, and it's actually lethal, even more lethal because of the exact card that we drew. 5 damage. Pushed them over. That was rough. We played through 2 board wipes there. Here's a good one that we're going to get to bring in a lot of cool things. So we're actually going to take the aspirants out. So the new sideboard strategy is now going to be bringing in the Thalias, the Kite Sails, and then we're going to have the General's Enforcer to keep our legendaries, like Thalia, alive. We don't need as many Brutal Cathars because they didn't look like they were playing any creatures. I'd like to bring in at least a Valorous stance, maybe 2. So I think I'm going to drop 1, bring in a Valorous stance, and then I'd like to drop 1 more card without lowering our Brutal Cathar too low. Because if they do bring in creatures, then you know, this is our out for those creatures. I guess we could drop 1 drop one bodyguard for another Valorous stance. And they do the same effect. But the thing here is, and I guess I could take one Brutal Cathar out to bring another one in. I'm not going to though. Didn't want to bring in too much. Some of those cards were doing the same effects, so there wasn't too much of a need to do both. This is a nice starting hand. We've got pretty much everything that we need here. And we just drew our 4th land, so we're going to be able to collect a company if we draw that as well. Do this right into Thalia, and then we have 2 lieutenants on the back foot of that. We can get hit by Censor here. So I'm actually just gonna swing. We'll see what happens. Maybe they want to remove this. We don't play a land. Maybe they think we're on 1 land. There it is. Fatal push. Sure. And so then we can actually play our 2nd land named Human. Then play Thalia. Kind of played them right into that. Make them think that we didn't even have a land. They killed our Inspector, which really wasn't a big deal. Now they got to pay extra to get that off the board. Okay. They are 1-for-1ing us, and we are drawing land after land. They look like they're missing blue. Wow, another land. No. They are missing some blue here. I think on this one, I'm actually just going to crack the clue. We need something that's not a land. Preferably not a 3-drop. Yeah, let's go ahead and play another Thalia. I mean, we're kind of playing into this. They have removal. It doesn't look like they have counter magic. I mean, they could play Censor. We did kind of allow that to happen. See what they do here. I'm sure they got removal. Okay.
Feel the energy of battle.
Can't really play around the Wandering Emperor here. We didn't have anything.
You are not much of a roadblock.
What will they do here? Put into 1/1.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Void rending our other guy. Okay. They just keep 1-for-1ing us. We need some extra stuff here. I think I want to play King Darian, because this allows us to put a mana sink into this. And then at least that way we're going to be able to do something. At this point, we're just being grinded out. There's not a lot that we can do here, because unfortunately they were able to create tokens and have been able to just 1-for-1 us the entire time. And they're missing blue. And we just keep drawing lands, man. Comes this. Go ahead and activate, and then sack him. He doesn't get exiled. Play another. We need to get like a collected company and like actually get something going here, but unfortunately we haven't been able to.
Strike hard.
There's a kite sail at least. Take a look and see what they got in their hand. Maybe we can actually start doing something. Void rending. Okay. You just get to look. Okay, so they got a Wandering Emperor. Another Wandering Emperor. Hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. And then if he tries to remove it, I guess I can sack my 2 creatures to get rid of his 1. But man, do we need something else. We need like a collected company, and we need something here. We need some help. It looks like he's just barely splashing blue. The last turn, the way that everything played out, it made it look like there's a lot more going on. This is I can't sacrifice him. A2 sacrifice 2 humans. He's not a human. Oh, he's a soldier. Okay. Then yeah, we'll just block. I thought he was a human. I thought the other guy was a human too. Oh no. We know he's got another Wandering Emperor. So let's just go ahead and take it. That other Wandering Emperor out of the hand and a Memory Deluge. He's missing the other blue source there. I guess let's just take this and then try to see if we can get something going. At least now we can start putting pressure on the Wandering Emperor to make sure that I can't like keep minusing.
Remember your training.
We'll block 1. Just take it out. It's got first strike. Just trying to save our life here a little bit. I forgot they had first strike. Shock Typhoon. Yep. I think we're just dead on this one. I'm just not going to get anything going on here. And he just hits so much removal. And we hit so many lands. I think that this one's over. There's just not much of a way to get out of it. Going down to 3. I'm glad that this one is over. Like, holy crap, dude. Go down to 2.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
If we don't draw a collected company right here, okay. I'm just going. Let's see. It literally is collected company or bust. So we didn't draw anything, so that's all right. He had a lot of exile effects. So we know Valorous Stance does absolutely nothing in this matchup. I'm going to bring back in the Thraben Inspectors. I think maybe bringing in another Brutal Cathar might be the right answer here. We can drop a General's Enforcer for the same thing. Like we saw, well, no, because we did see some creatures, the little 2/2s. I think this is fine. We just really need to be on the play there. They were just able to get in front of us. When we had so many lands and they were able to 1-for-1 us, that's not a spot we want to be in. So they just handled it well. We're 1 land short from playing anything in our hand, and we have a Kite Self Rebooter at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Here we go. We got our land. Take a look. What do they got? Our Fairy Voidrend mono target mono colored permanent. I guess we can just go ahead and get rid of the Vanishing Verse. So they can't play it on this turn. We get one attack in. The other ones are also destroy, so that's kind of a nice thing for us. Because they destroy it, then we can bring it back with a specialist. Considering the options of Adeline here, I think I'm going to play General Kudrow and try to force them to destroy like General Kudrow and stuff instead of killing our Adeline. Now next turn we're going to play Adeline unless if they destroy the Kitesail Freebooter. Like if they're trying to get back that Vanishing Verse, then we can kind of put like a little bit of pressure on that. And they're not doing either. Wow, we can actually play around. Yeah, we can play around them being able to counter this as well. Let's send them in. And then I'm just going to follow up with Threadwood Inspector. If they're going to counter this, then it is what it is. Like, yeah, we're in another situation where it's Supreme Verdict or bust. And I feel because they put this into play tapped that they may already have it. This might be a bad play. We are forcing the action with Adeline. And there it is. Double Kitesail Freebooter though. Bring back Kitesail. Take a look at their hand again. Shark Typhoon, Memory Deluge. Bunch of removal spells. This is going to be a tough one to get through. We're just going to make it bad for them to try to do anything with that mana. There's the land. There's the Teferi. Question is what do they do here? Gonna plus? Okay. They are gonna plus. You can play another Kitesail Freebooter. We're just trying to slowly pick through all this removal that they have. This will just take a Void Rend. All the removal options in the world. See if we can get us a card here. Thalia is nice. I think I'm going to put pressure on Teferi. I don't want them just in here drawing cards. It is bad news for us if they just sit here and draw cards. But we'll just take a hit there. Play our land and pass a turn.
No time for a break.
So we're kind of in between a rock and a hard place here. If we play Thalia, they're gonna have to start paying big mana to pick off our stuff. We're not gonna be able to kill Teferi on the next turn either, so they're gonna get another draw step, unless if we get like a Thalia's Lieutenant or something like that. I'm gonna untap. I'm actually kind of surprised. Oh wow, we did get Thalia's Lieutenant. Kind of surprised that he didn't just go ahead and Void Rend on us. I mean, he's going to right here. He doesn't really have an option. I probably should have played Thalia first, the Guardian of Thraben. Like, start forcing him to pay more because now he can remove my creature. Get Void Ring to remove another creature. I guess that's not his play. He pays what, 3 mana? 2 and then 3, and this makes it 4. So he can just pay, well, now he has to pay 5 because of the Thalia. He can still block our extractor. Or he can just block the Kitesail Freebooter and get an extra. He loses to Fairy in the process. I guess let's just do it like this and see what he does. And we're not getting around the removal. It doesn't matter. He can either play Void Rend or he can play his other thing. There's that. He can't play 2 spells unless the other one is the same thing. Okay, doing it for 1, just a block. Sure. If he Supreme Verdicts us again, I think that I'll just tap out. Not much that I could do in that situation.
Let's skip to the good part.
We do have an attack that now kills Teferi through his removal. Not 2 removal though. And here we come again with another land. Try to get Teferi off the board. Teferi's just too good. He's gonna remove 1, get that, remove the other. Teferi sticks around again and continues to harass us. Doing what we can to play through the removal, but it's not.
You want me to phase you out of time?
Is not working too well for us. I'm actually just gonna play out the Brutal Cathar because he's got a removal spell in his hand again. I wanted to see if we could actually just kill the Teferi. Maybe he was just gonna give it to us.
No time for a break.
He's got a removal spell in his hand for 1 card, which will be on the Thalia's Lieutenant. For sure, the Void Ring goes to Thalia's Lieutenant. And then he's got the mana for Memory Dilers, so it's not looking good. And he just plays the Memory Dilers. So we're in a lot of trouble here. Oh, he's gonna exile one of our dudes. Is it 2? 1 or less. Oh, okay. You can exile cards from our graveyard. You get both Kite Sails? Okay. Adeline! So he can't Void Rend us anymore. That's interesting. What does he have? You have another board wipe? I think he's just got another board wipe. We're just dead. I mean, this puts enough pressure on him that we can take out both of his walkers. But I don't know if it matters. He's got like Fatal Push and all that jazz. Yeah. At least we're gonna finally get Teferi off the board, I guess. Maybe. We're just gonna hit another removal spell. Alright, I think I'm just done. We'll see what he does with it. There's nothing I can do here. I'm so far behind. I almost feel like I should just put everything in his freaking face. And now all of his spells give him a little creature. Like, we're not even gonna get Teferi off the board. That's how bad this is.
You're not welcome here anymore.
We're kind of in the spot where it's like we need Collected Company, and even Collected Company really doesn't get us into the game. We need to get it in a spot where it's like right now, where he's like kind of tapped down. Like he can play Wandering Emperor now. We draw another land. Wow. What does this do when it does it? Deals damage for the number of cards exiled. Sure. Just try to get Teferi off the board. We'll put one. How many cards I got in exile? Not enough. Matter. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. I'm done with this game. We got wrecked. Game 4. We are 2-1. We lost to a control matchup in the last round. It's just brutal beats. They were exiling everything where we're trying to make everything indestructible, so it didn't matter. And then we draw like this. It doesn't help that we had drawn a ton of lands in the last game. I think I'm going to keep this, and we're just going to try to play Value Town. We'll get rid of it out of line and then try to bring our stuff back with our specialists. And this is probably the worst matchup to do this in. Playing against probably mono red here. Ooh. Green, got a burning tree. What are they going to do with this mana? Second burning tree. Are they going to bushwhacker us? Surge bushwhacker. Oh, okay, no. That would have been sweet. I don't know if that's a thing right now. Turn that to your hand. Okay. Go ahead and put this into play taps. We'll play this. This gives us a blocker. So we're just kind of going to block. Block a burning tree emissary. See what they got. Removal. Sure. Take another 5. Play the extraction specialist. Try to get back into the game here. Take a 7. This has got lifelink on it. It'll be indestructible, which is cool. That kind of keeps us in the game a little bit longer. We're not just dead. We're not out of this by any means. We're 1 mana away from being able to Collected Company, which is going to get us right back into this game. So he's going to have a hard time. And now that we've got a life linker that can be indestructible at any moment, he's going to go to try to kill it. We're just going to sack our guy, make him indestructible. Does 1 damage to each of us. This deals extra damage, right? At the end. I think we're just gonna block one of these tutus. We'll gain through. We didn't block the Enforcer even though it has haste. And we didn't block that simply because by blocking that, he can't play Bone Crusher Giant. He has to pick one or the other. So we're kind of trying to force that action on him. Here we go. We're just going to leave this alone. We're not going to attack. We're going to end the turn. We're going to leave everybody up as blockers. As this comes, here comes the 1/1. Whenever you cast the spell. Okay, so he didn't give. Oh, it's next creature spell. Oh, okay. I thought it was a non-creature spell. Okay, so that guy's a little bit bigger. All right, cool. We're hanging in there. We're just gonna pass the turn. Gonna try to stabilize here. A creature dealt damage this turn. Oh, exile it when it dies. Okay, yeah. What will he do? Will he play as Ronin? He didn't attack either. Okay, we'll just Collected Company. Let's see if we can get back into this game. He's thinking he's okay. He's gonna draw a card. He's looking for a way. Okay, he didn't. Like he's looking for a way, I think, to remove our card. I don't think that this matters too much, but we're gonna go ahead and exile these. I think we can safely swing for 4. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just swing for 4. This is the one. Oh wait, it's this one? Wait, hang on. He's on this one. Okay. Because we can trade with anything that they block with if that's what they want to do. If not, we gain 4. Okay, cool. Playing around things. Question here is do we collect a company or play Darien, and then crack a clue? I think I'm just going to collect a company again. And we're going to play that way. Leave our mana open. Running tree emissary. Okay. It's 2 extra mana. Plays light up the stage. 2 extra cards here. One of them is lightning strike. Playing it on General Kudrow. Let's take a look and see if we can get that enforcer. We did. The enforcer. I'd like to get Adeline, but I think I'm going to get the Brutal Cathar. So we can actually start kind of attacking here. We'll exile light up stage. And there he goes. He's out. Tapped out. I think this is going to be a matchup that's going to be really good for Thalia, and then a couple kite sails. We can just kind of do our normal sideboard strategy here. I think on this one, I'm actually going to drop out 1 Kudrow. I don't think Adeline's going to be all that great in this matchup. I mean, it's got a big body, which is nice. But the 1/1s that attack, they don't really do anything. I think he played a couple X2s. You just block with one of them and it becomes nothing. So I think that's, well, we can make ours X2. I'll just drop the aspirants and I'll just bring in the kite sails like we did in the control matchup, which is going to get into his hand, kind of force some action, make our guys indestructible with our enforcer. Brought in our legendary, all of our legendary creatures from the sideboard. A little slow here. For this matchup, but that's okay. I think this is fine. I'd like to get Thraben Inspector on turn 1. Didn't get there, that's alright. We're just gonna pass. Next turn we're gonna play Dark Boar and then Kite Sail. See if we can get wow, they got 1 lander. Oh no, okay. They do have a 2nd land. I was like, uh-oh, they might be in trouble. They only got a 1 lander. Let's check their hand. What they got? Lightning strike with a bunch of lands. Uh-oh. Oh wow, what a draw. What a draw. They hit the removal spell. We need a couple extra lands here ourselves, actually. You got the lightning strike for us. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just... What I'm going to do here is I want to play Thraben Inspector. Do you want to try to get going? You need an extra land. I'd like to get it sooner rather than later. It's too bad this isn't another white. That's alright. Gonna take another 1 damage. This is gonna flip over for him. We're running out of cards in hand. We did miss land drop though, which isn't good for us. Oh, it has haste. Brutal Cathar, okay. We know they don't have a removal spell anymore, so we're gonna bring this in. They do have Den of the Bugbear. We now have first strike too, so now we have a blocker. We're gonna fire up the Den of the Bugbear. They're looking at it. They are deciding. No, they're gonna play another one of their enchantments here. This is first strike too. Sure. Trade with you. Hey, we got our land. Bring in Brutal Cathar here. Get rid of their creature. Yeah, let's bring in the specialist. Because next turn we can bring in King Darien. We'll get another 1/2 here. Because now we can just kind of block, get some life back. All right. Take 4. Nah, we're gonna play King Darien. We'll take 4. Those oops. Yeah, I don't think that he wanted to tap his Den of the Bugbear. I mean, it ended up working out for him, but like King Darien, and we can block these creatures here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. This just gives us blocking ability. We're trying to slow them down here just a little bit, and if they swing with everything, they can only do 2. I mean, they could flip the Den of the Bugbear and kind of get in a little bit more. Is the prowess okay? Question is, does he swing? I feel like you don't really swing here. It's not good attacks for him. But I mean, it also doesn't get much better either. Like, the attacks aren't going to get any better from here. You get a land? No. Play a Brutal Cathar. Get rid of one of his creatures and just kind of keep it going. We can play a Dauntless Bodyguard on our King Darien and then sack. What's up, Draco? Over here, deep in the tank, trying to figure out what we can do to get out of this pickle that we're in. We need a 1 mana for a Collected Company. I think we're just gonna play this on King Darien. This actually gives us a spot where we can sack. We also have good blocks still. He's gonna try to make one big push. That's the plan. We just need to get a land before then, so that we can Collected Company and kind of get into the game. We're holding him down though. He's not doing anything. This is kind of what we wanted to do. We wanted to stall him. All right, we've got another Brutal Cathar. We have all the Brutal Cathars in our hand. Still no land drop. We can play Adeline and like send 1, which then sends 2. But I feel like that's just being that's too much. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to sack. I'm going to eat one of these dudes with his Brutal Cathar. And then if he does another turn where he doesn't do anything, we're going to start flipping the Brutal Cathars and then just take all of his stuff from him. We don't want to take any damage here. Yeah, see, and then when he does this, like, see, he's getting all these creatures, so now We're just trying to make sure that when he attacks us, we don't take an excessive amount of damage. 7 is low. We already have game 1 in the books. So we're just trying to close out game 2 so he doesn't pull ahead. Now he can attack with the Den of the Bugbear as well. And I don't think that he wants to do that. Again, these are bad trades for him. We trade with the land. We eat a couple of his creatures. We take like 2 damage. And that's not good. It looks like he's going to send them. He is. He's sending them. Okay. We're not going to do anything here. We're actually going to put the Theremin Inspector. It is going to be a trade either way, so we're going to put 1 here. We'll put 1 here. Put this one here. We're going to take 1, 2, 3. We're just going to trade like this. We lose the indestructibility on our Darien, but that's okay. All right, we got our land. Unfortunately for us, comes into play tapped, so we can't do anything just yet. I think I'm just going to play another Brutal Cathar. We're just going to keep taking his stuff from him. Now, if he does nothing on his turn, this is very, very important. If he does nothing on his turn, what will happen here is these are gonna flip, and then I'm gonna play 2 spells on his turn. Oh, we're dead. Random Up Runes kills us. We need life. We need life right now. We need a life stealer. This is 4 mana. And then sacrifice a desert. So if he draws a land off the top, then that's going to kill us. He might have pulled it off. Let's see what we can do here at the Collected Company. Here's our life link. We're going to give him 1 turn to do it. He's got 1 turn to find the answer. We just verified that. He's got 1 turn. He either has to kill us off the top. I mean, he's got plenty of answers. He's got to kill us off the top, or draw a land and kill us. And there's the kill. Because he just sacks the Random Up Runes. Okay. He got us. That was unfortunate. He just barely managed to get there. I think that we're in a good spot. I'd like to bring in these Outland Liberators. We did see a lot of stuff there for enchantments. I'm bringing those Outland Liberators. I think I want to drop 1. One and 1. Kind of shaving stuff. That's more or less what we did for the whole deck. We just shaved like onesies and twosies. All right, so here we go into round 3 of this match of game 4. And let's see if he can pull it off again. This is a great, start for him because I've got no lands. And then we've got all lands. Great. We do have a Collected Company on the backside. I'm going to actually just keep this. This is bad. If he can't get in front of us quick enough, like we're going to draw a bunch of cards. We got nothing but gas now. We didn't draw anything. We didn't draw anything. But in our lands that are going to come into play tapped, we're going to put them in tapped so we don't take any extra damage here. Gonna hit us for 2. Okay. And scry one. I'm on the top, okay. He might have needed a land there. Robber of the Riches. We have the same amount of cards, so he doesn't take anything from us. Man, the amount of times we just sit here and draw lands is just absurd. He plays another card, then he's going to start taking stuff from us with Robber of the Riches. Here it is. Exile that top card is a Thalia. He loses it, and then we lose. We lose the Thalia. We draw another land. We're actually going to do something before combat to see if we can stop the Robber of the Riches from being played. Or from attacking us. We're actually going to even up the card numbers. That's what we're doing. I think these are just going to be bigger than him. I mean, he can kill that, but still, we have a 1/4. He can attack with a Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, well, here's this. Question is, do I want to sack it to kill the Saga? I don't think I do. We need to get things that aren't lands. Like, we've been drawing so many lands. It's nuts. I think I'm okay with him, his next creature being big. We can kind of like determine what's going to happen here with our Outland Liberator. Lava Coil. Sure. Like, he's just had the perfect answers against what we're doing here. He should send Robber of the Riches too. He didn't. We're going to block. And then we're going to sack. Destroy this enchantment. So we take no damage and he's not going to get the enchantment flip. And then we're going to start doing our nice 2-for-1s here and bringing everything back. All right. I mean, we're trying. We're hanging in there. We can't block with our Outland Liberator. I'm going to attack with the Den of the Bugbear. Okay. Wow, he's sending them all. I got another Thalia. We're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we could take 7, 8, 9. Yeah. We take. This kills that, and we can block with our Outland Liberator and stay at 6. Here's the cool thing. Now we can actually start doing stuff with our General Enforcer, and start exiling cards to create blockers. So we're not, oh wow, to the face. Not in a good spot here. But we're also not just dead. 3. Maybe he's got another burn spell to the face. Wow. Whatever. Not anything I can do there. He just had us. He had us in his hand. Yep. Taking an L there. Alright, here we go into round 5. We are 2-2 today. Going against the Big Cheese. Unfortunate we weren't able to get that last game. We were super close. Just weren't able to pull it off. This is a pretty good hand though. We got 1, 2, 3 with removal and pressure. And they mulliganed. They're playing a white black land off the bat. We are going to name human. We're going to play our 3-man inspector. They're probably going to fatal push it. But we're also getting value with our clue tokens, so. And no, they're playing something here. The game, lose a life and draw a card. What they're going to be doing. All right. We'll name it on humans again. We'll play our aspirant. Put this on the Raven Inspector. Send it in. He chooses not to block, so okay. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna be able to kill my little dude. Oh, he's got flying, death touch, lifelink. It's a nice target for my brutal Cathar. Selected company. We will take that from you. Send it in for 4. Try to diversify our threats with our aspirant. Another death touch life linker. Okay. A little unfortunate there. We can just play Thalia's Lieutenant and Thraben Inspector. So we play a Thraben Inspector and then play Thalia's Lieutenant. Pump up the team. We're gonna put this counter on our guy over here. I guess I should have put that on the aspirant. Yeah, he just double block. Okay, that's fine. At least if they double block there, then they would take 3 and keep the creature. They're looking at Thalia's Lieutenant, and they scoop it up. Honestly, I don't know if we even need the sideboard here. They look like they're playing a creature matchup. I don't know if they didn't get any spells. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and bring in a couple of kite sails, and we'll do our little shave here. Drop 1 of each. And then we're going to play like this. Bring in the kite sails to be a little slower, but we get to look at their hand. So we can kind of determine like if game 3 does happen. Kite sail seems to come in a lot. I might actually try to put kite sail in the main board. We're going to mulligan this. We'll keep this one. Kind of far away from casting Adeline. I feel like it's actually better to drop a land here. But if I had to really pick, I think I'm just going to get rid of the Dauntless Bodyguard. It protects our Adeline, but we also can't play Adeline. And then we do need some action early on, so this is what I'm going to do. We can actually play Thraben Inspector on 1 and then Kite Sail on 2. And then here comes the Thoughtseize. Like, this just lights our hand up. He's gonna stop us from looking in their hand. Oh no, I played the wrong one. I meant to play the courtyard. Never punished. This is what I meant to do the first turn. What do you got in your hand since you didn't want us to see it? What do you got over there? You got a Fatal Push. We still get the look. Okay. He doesn't really have anything else. We need to get this knight off the board because this is going to become that's going to be the beater right there. It's going to get bigger. Ooh, wow. Yes, sir. Little Cathar, right on time. I'll take that. You're gonna lose a life and draw a card. Play a Concealed Courtyard. Okay, there's our next card here. We're actually gonna shock this in. And we're gonna play Adeline. And we're gonna do this so we get an extra 1/1. We're gonna try to put pressure on him. We need to get in front of him being able to play the knights again. I'm gonna play out Raven Inspector. we can actually craft the clue here. Oh, for maybe like a Thalia's Lieutenants. General Enforcer also works. So we're going to actually go ahead and take this action. We're going to put this into play. This keeps our Adeline alive. He has to notice it right now. Okay, he didn't. Or he doesn't have remove. One or the other. This is going to flip our Brute over again. Which is actually going to... Oh no, he's going to walk there. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to take that from you too. I don't think that he thought that one through. That didn't actually block our creature. We just exile it when Brutal Cathar flips. And he tapped out. Yeah, we played 2 spells that turn. We played 2 spells that turn, so it flipped back over.